Is that another box?
Does this ever stop?
It's either me, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys.
Welcome to the My Wife is Going to Kill Me podcast.
The podcast where me and my friends talk about the number one thing that makes our wives want to kill us.
Toy collecting!
Transform and roll out. Transform and roll out. Transform. That's America's ass. And roll out. Transform. Roll out.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, wow, you are dumb. All right, man's man, we'll see you on the flip-flop. I tend to lash out to protect my loved ones.
Travis.
At least he's just giving it the old whoppity top.
It just keeps growing.
And it's good stuff.
Oh, shoot.
Jeremy, don't encourage him.
I hope the cat pisses on you.
You're reading again, aren't you?
I like everything, so just tell me stuff.
Steve.
I'm being misrepresented here. You got no power over me, you harpy.
Did you put a period at the end of that statement?
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Let the good times roll.
All right, everybody, welcome to episode 343. Six.
343 plus 3.
340 sucks. Sex. Sucks sex.
I'm Lord Steve Bisciotti. With me today are the two best co-hosts a host could have, because Travis went to a faraway land called Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Indianapolis Comic-Con? Or is it Indiana Comic-Con? I don't know. It's one of
Whatever, some toy show.
those. He's over there making money,
Spending money.
on Heidi. Worst
Yeah.
thing he can ever do is bring Heidi to these things. But Travis has a small brain, and he is
Small brain and
controlled.
a horny dick.
He is controlled by feminine powers, which means he will never make it to great heights in life. You need to be the leader. You need to say, no, stay home, wench.
I think he's comfortable where he's at.
But where could he be?
You know, as long as pleasure is involved, he's where he wants to be.
He really is probably the most hedonistic person that I know.
Yeah.
He's a real life person from Dorne on Game of Thrones. So, I got to take this.
All right.
All right.
Pete has a call from a vendor, wants to be a vendor at Muskecon. He gets on those right away. You see how he just drops everything?
Listen, man, now that he's gone. I can't tell you how many times I've messaged this motherfucker. Hey, man, there's somebody that's messaging. Yeah, well, they should know to message just email. Yeah, well, they don't. So maybe we should check this out. Yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay. You maybe just want me to say something, or?
So I have the reputation of being the flightiest, can't respond, blah, blah, blah. I think, is Pete worse?
I don't know if he's. So I only can base it on the Mosqcon shit. If I am solely basing it on the Mosqcon shit, you are at least equal, if not worse. Probably worse.
I'm worse. He is?
No, he's worse.
He's worse.
I think.
Okay. If you're basing it on Mosqcon stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that he's busy and that's why he's bringing on, his A team here, but yeah, it's pretty frustrating. Like, dude, this person's asked you like 3 times and the automated response keeps hitting them up. What should I do? Well, I'll get you there. I'll get you. Okay. They message again like 2 weeks later. And I'm like, hey, Pete. And then he doesn't respond to me at all. Click, 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 click. Hey, man, maybe we should. 2 days later, still nothing. So hey,
Do you ever
Really
notice
fucking
that?
hyping this up.
Oh, it's going to be a great
this
con.
is just the behind the scenes while he's not
This is
here.
going to be a great con. But do you ever notice that when you confront Pete about
He makes it
missing?
my fault.
No. He goes even worse.
Yeah.
He blames it on a oh, excuse me, I was at fire that day. Oh, excuse me, I had a
It's like I'm supposed to know. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saving lives.
yeah, oh yeah, I was just holding a 12-year-old boy as he screamed for his mother in my arms with a slit throat that day that you called me.
I was just picking
I'm
up
like-
a school bus that had fallen into the lake,
Yeah, I'm like,
lifting
how,
it up with my bare arms,
How much
crawling out of the
trouble?
swamp.
how much tragedy do you see in Whitehall?
think you
Because I've
just-
tried to get a hold
You
of you
can just
3
make
times.
shit up and we have to believe it.
Yeah. Well, what's more important, looking at your text or saving 12 lives?
And it's not like we even knew. It's like a week later. He's like, "Oh, I was doing this." Oh, so now I can't call you out on your bullshit, huh?
Well, I think we can because I just think it's too convenient that every time
Every single time.
it's a tragedy that he's tending to. And he's the chief. He just goes there and watches.
Yeah, he just points.
Yeah.
He points and barks.
Get some water on that flames. Oh, you needed to tell him that, didn't you? Good job, Pete. Get some water over there. A little water over there where it's hot.
Make the orange go away.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, team, if there's anybody inside, get them out of there so they don't die.
I never thought of that. Oh. Thanks, Chief.
Hey, this lady's there's a lady over there. She's stuck in the car. Get the jaws of life. Rip her out of there. Yep, we're doing it. We're getting there. We're getting there. You know.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah. That's our guy.
That's our
buddy.
guy. That's our guy.
That's it. We chose him.
I didn't really.
No.
I didn't even know Pete. I've met him through Travis. And you know,
Yeah.
and I don't think I think Pete I think our
What? Wait, what?
I think my first interaction was I made a joke. And I don't think Pete liked it very much because he thought he was the funny one.
Oh, what'd you do? Call him a pussy?
No, I didn't, which is usually my go-to.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. And people seem to really enjoy it.
He's like, it always works.
Well, some people get the humor, some people don't.
So what joke did you tell him?
I think I made a joke about because this is early on in the toy collecting relationship, and Pete wasn't even really. He was just dabbling in that, you know. Pete and Travis knew each other because they work for the same community in their jobs, but I was telling to him, I think I set up some joke where I said I was arguing with somebody in the toy aisle over a rare toy that we found, and that when I took it and I ended up winning it, and that the kid's mom was really mad at me, something like that. It was probably, you know, and
Right.
Pete narrowed his eyes and looked at me and be like, I don't like that.
Competition, I
I
see.
don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are,
Here we are.
years later.
We just met Jeremy a few months ago.
It really does kind of feel like a few months ago, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, it was really that Muskecon 1,
Mm-hmm.
2017.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeremy did the same thing. He kind of narrowed his eyes and looked down on me too. I just wanted to talk to him about his cool tattoos.
I was like, who's this bitch? You don't talk to me about my tattoos. I talk to you about my tattoos.
I was like, dude, you got sweet tattoos or He-Man tattoos. He was like, yeah.
I look back at Laura. I'm like, I hate this guy, but I got to be nice. Looks like a dick.
And then he tells me that he thought I was a dick. And I'm like, I'm the one that was trying to drum up conversation.
You have resting bitch face. You didn't immediately smile and laugh at me. Now, when you started smiling like this is gorgeous. Like, this is beautiful.
But normally it's like Clint Eastwood smirk. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I don't like that.
Feel that way. I don't feel that way most of the time. Sometimes
No.
I do. When
Well,
I call,
you know,
mostly when I call people a pussy.
you know, maybe that's what you should have done. Just call me a pussy. Oh yeah, all right. This guy.
Well, it ain't like you're always welcoming looking.
Yeah, I'm pretty jovial.
You are, but when
Even
you're
when I'm
not, when you're not, you're a bearded, long-haired big guy that's like looks like a rock, like looks like he rides a motorcycle, even though you don't. And
I do in my heart.
you know,
I just don't want to fall.
have a wallet chain, look like a guy that's like hangs out bars all the time.
Yeah, I could be intimidating if you don't know me, but
Well, I didn't know you.
so were you scared of me too? Is that
Kinda. I was kind of like, I wasn't scared of you, but I was kind of like,
maybe I should comment on his tattoo.
I was like, oh, I'll try to be friends with this guy, see what he's like. Well, he didn't give me much reciprocation, so I was like, fuck that guy.
Because you had resting bitch face.
But we worked it out,
We did.
and now we're in love.
Yeah. Totally in love. And still in lust, too. That spark has not diminished whatsoever over the years.
Yeah, I was. It's been a good week. I was in a bad place last week,
You don't say, fucking steamy.
and I'm doing a little better. And I think one of the things that really drew me out of it was that barbarian.
That figure?
Yeah,
Is that what did it?
I started it. I started
It
to
hit all of the stuff that you loved in one
crack a
thing.
little. Started to crack my heart open a little bit. The concrete that had, formed around the exterior.
Yours came in the mail.
Yes, came in the mail, and I've been playing with it. Done a little customizing.
Already?
Yeah.
Like paint wise or just?
Yeah, well, not on the figure, just like making heads and stuff.
Oh,
that
okay.
Would go in that. Well, I put I'll show it to you. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk about it a little bit with the old Mosqecon. I don't know where Pete is.
He was here just yapping away, and then the show starts, and he's gone. He gone.
But we are 1 week out.
Shit, not even.
1 week out of Muskecon. Not even. Well, right, yeah. It's Friday night is when setup
Set
happens.
up in
The Mythical Midwest Meetup.
I feel like that's said wrong, but it's
It might
right.
be.
No, you said it right.
Did I?
I think it should be the Midwest Mythical Meetup.
Maybe it is that.
Mythical Midwest Meetup. It just
Midwest Mythical. Maybe
No, the way
that's
that
what
it is, whatever it is, just feels wrong, and I feel like those two words should be swapped. But what do I know? I'm just
We're-
attending.
There's a lot of people that seem coming in. I think this is growing again, and a lot of people that are going to be here for the first time. I'm very excited.
Yeah, part of me gets like nervous. Not like nervous, but like, oh shit, these people are going to show up and they're going to be let down because it's fucking
They're not.
Muskegon.
They're not, because we did something genius in the early days.
Okay.
We did something very genius in the early days of this podcast, and that is we exploited how unreliable and stupid we are. So therefore, we're giving them what they want when we fail, because they just sit back and laugh at us.
That's pretty good. But just like the show itself.
Remember last year? Let's talk about last year for a minute. Remember
Okay.
we handed out numbers for people to win stuff?
Did we?
Yes.
Was this for the meetup?
You were at it. You went to freaking
Okay.
eat.
Yes, I went to eat
That's
right
a fail right
afterwards.
there. Everybody's asking, where's Jeremy?
I didn't know that this thing was going to be, so I was kept out of the fucking loop. I didn't realize it was going to be some scheduled, this is what's going to happen. I thought it was going to be very loose. Let's just get together and hang out in a room. Not, there are things going to be happening. So this year, I will not do that, and I will show up immediately to the fucking meetup, and I will hang out the entire time.
Well,
Oh, we talking about bitch face?
yeah.
I didn't know. Oh, okay, just bitch face, right? Welcome back.
Him and the Rodriguez's go out for a freaking wonderful dinner
I didn't know.
while we're holding down the fort.
Nobody.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I had no idea that was
And
going on. Nobody told
Maybe
me.
Pete can remember how we fucked this up, but I think this is an example of entertainment by being incompetent.
Okay.
We handed out numbers for people to win prizes, but I don't think we handed out. We didn't know how many were handed out or something. How is it we didn't know?
No. So what ended up happening was
What had happened was
we created 100 tickets.
Yes.
So we handed out the tickets. Well, multiple people handed out the tickets, so they didn't go out in order.
That's what it was.
So we had 100 numbers in the bucket to draw, but we drew out number 67, and
Nobody had it.
67 wasn't one that got it handed out because we had more numbers than we had people. So we're like, oh, nobody, okay. So then what we did was we dumped out the bowl, and we went, okay, these ones are okay. We got 2 of these, so this one's not there, but no, it still worked out, and we had a shit ton of things to give away, which was super cool. But yeah, that was the mistake we made, was we put all 100 numbers in the drawing bowl, but we only handed out 80 numbers, and it wasn't like we handed out 1 through 80. We handed out
Just
80 of the
randomly,
100 numbers. So.
little hiccups.
Little hiccup. Not a big deal. The only big deal was bitch face not showing up.
I didn't know how important it was. I was like, I thought it was so casual. And then Ryan Lake showed up, and I was like, had to go visit him because they had just lost their baby, and that was sad.
I don't know why. I don't know why you would take that turn.
Yeah,
that dude lost his baby and then found out he got cancer.
A week later. Yeah.
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they find the baby? At least.
Well, he's probably going to see it soon.
I am dead.
I never in a million years.
Pizza on the floor.
Pizza on the floor.
With how repulsive what I just said was, I never thought Steve-O was going to do that. And he did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that just gave me a one-way ticket to hell.
Yeah. If there was ever any
I hope
chance.
you laughed. I hope somebody laughed at that.
Thoughts and prayers.
I'm going to pay.
Holy fuck.
Why don't we get on TV shows? And all
Wow.
It's never anything I say. Oh, well, I do say some. Yeah,
it's never
maybe
anything
Never,
you
okay,
say.
I immediately corrected myself.
Mr. Pooped in a bowl.
That could be on TV. Maybe the story about me S and my own D probably couldn't, but.
Wow. Corn Boy said, please remove us as a sponsor.
I love you, Corn Boy, but you probably should have done that a long time ago.
You knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, you like it.
People just pulled their funding off the dragon because of that comment.
Oh.
Yeah, so the meetup's Friday 7 to 10, right? Is that correct?
Yep. So 7 to 10. But nothing will get started as far as any type of organizational stuff until 8. So we're opening the doors at 7. People can come in, have a cocktail, have a pretzel, have some conversation. And then the vendor hall closes at 8 o'clock for setup. So then that allows me to be able to get over so I can do both. But I wanted to create a space earlier than 8 o'clock for people to start to kind of gather and hang.
Yeah.
So
that works. Then probably hang out at
I did get a message from Jeremy Gerard regarding the dragon. It is not going to be there.
I assumed.
So
I assumed.
It is not. The dragon is not going to be at the Mythical Meetup. You heard it here first. So
they should make like a little one.
Douglas, you should feel I should feel horrible about that. Really should.
Always as a survivor, I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, well, you know.
I wouldn't have made that joke. I wouldn't have made that joke had I not heard about Ryan's
Well, I mean, come on.
dark
I made the blow ghost
sense
joke last week, so
of humor.
Yeah.
And I think he may even be twisted enough to laugh at that himself.
he would laugh. He'd probably go, "Oh," but he would laugh.
Yeah. You know, I'm a firm believer, and I've said this before on the show, that there are,
and I'm a piece of shit.
and we are all pieces of shit. I am truly a firm believer in if the joke is written well enough, there are no topics that are off
That's true.
limits. I don't necessarily subscribe to the shock value jokes, which that was it. That was hack as shit. But in the grand scheme of things, a good joke writer can normally take any premise and make it funny. And I think that's kind of the secret sauce for a lot of comedians, is being able to do that, to touch a topic that is incredibly taboo and make it so you get the entire crowd laughing, and you're like, okay, we shouldn't have laughed at that, but that was a very well written joke and it was funny. And so, but speaking of speaking of comedians, my wife got me an early anniversary gift. Well, she got the gift early for me because our anniversary is until June, but we're going to see Bert Kreischer in November.
Oh, nice.
So
that'll be funny.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he'll probably take his shirt off.
So it's super.
Maybe he stopped doing that.
No, he didn't. So it's funny that you say that, because he actually on the latest episode of their podcast, he's talking about that, and he's like, what happens to me? Like, he goes, I can't not take my shirt off anymore. He's like now he goes like, what? I'm just a guy that wears shirt and shoes. Like I can't not take my shirt off, because now other people are now taking their shirt off, and I'm like, well, how do you take your shirt off? I take my shirt off. That's my thing. And it was super funny and kind of talking about it. But he's like, I've had shows where he's like, I've come out on a stage like with my shirt on and like started doing jokes, and people are booing me, and they they don't get in. And then I take my shirt off, and then everything's fine, And
yeah.
So
Travis is almost to that point.
Yeah.
Where he has to take his shirt off for people to like him.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Muskecon. Mythical Midwest Meetup, 7 o'clock, 7 to 10. We're going to have a ball. There's going to be some structure at 8. There will be a free giveaway, as there was last year, sponsored by Wolf King Customs, right, Pete?
Mm-hmm. I probably should talk to him about that, considering it's a few days away.
We got it all taken care of. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen.
There was no way that the people that I have in my circle were going to let me just crash and burn. And I did officially make the announcement that Jeremy DeWitt is a partner in Muskecon, and I'm really excited. Like, I even put it in the email to all the vendors this last week, like, hey guys, I'd like to address the communication. I know it's been lackluster, and I apologize for that. I never thought in a million years that it would get so far away from me due to my other responsibilities. And I put right in there, I'm like, hey, I brought Jeremy DeWitt on. He's going to partner up with me in this, and it's going to be better because the event is great and everybody has a good time. Like I can honestly tell you that there have been complaints about Muskecon, like that's the nature of the beast. Right. But when you talk about like actual legit complaints to where, well, I can't believe I got to pay $5 to get in so I can spend my money. Like, I'm not talking about that kind of a complaint. When it comes to legit complaints, there have been less than 5 legit complaints in 7 years where I was like, okay, this needs to be addressed. That's impressive as hell.
Yeah.
Like that, what that shows me is the vendors are having a good time. The people are having a good time. Like it's working. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to lose that if I don't pull my head out of my ass and bring a fucking ringer in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if I had answers for these people, you wouldn't even had to fucks with it.
Right. And that's well, but the other side of things too is if the marketing would have been better, if the initial communication stuff would have been better and a little bit easier, half of those things wouldn't have never occurred anyways.
Right.
You know, there are so many things that I could have done differently kind of at the beginning and at the onset that would have alleviated some of those concerns. Because really all of the concerns have been, hey, are you available? And, you know, or is there something available? Is there this? But like, you know, and like we found even found with the head painter from the Cabal. Dude sent me a fucking message in November of last year and asked if there were tables for Muskecon. As soon as I opened things up, I never saw it. We're not friends on Facebook. It got buried, you know? And it's one of those things where, and that's why that was why a few years ago, I publicly posted as part of Muskecon, hey, you need to go to this location because it's too hard to have my personal
several locations.
Right. My personal Facebook Messenger and the Muskecon Messenger and the Muskecon page and the email. Mm-hmm. It's hard to coordinate all of that. That's why we need to funnel all of that. Well, the Muskecon Gmail, I have so much communication that alerts me in my life all day, every day. That's not one of them.
Yeah.
I have to go in and look at the Muskecon Gmail. So it might be a week before I get a minute to go in there and do that. Now, if I would have sat back and said, hey, every Monday at 8 a.m., I go in and I clean out the Gmail, I would have alleviated a ton of these issues. But next thing you know, it'd be fucking 4 weeks. And then I'd go, oh, crap.
Or you give
know?
Jeremy the login information, and he checks it every day.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's part of the whole thing of bringing you on is I don't have to worry about setting a date and time and putting in a meeting in my calendar to check the fucking email because I'll have you. You know what I mean? So yeah, so this is going to alleviate quite a few issues moving forward, and because I don't want it to die, but it won't survive with just me anymore.
Yeah,
that's the fact of the matter.
We've all been trying to tell you that for how long now?
Yeah, well,
Steve gave up.
Yeah, well,
and now it's on you, Jeremy.
Now it's on me. Thanks.
So now I get to tell Jeremy all these things. Like, hey man, are you ever going to email this guy back, Jeremy? Like, he's getting pretty upset.
And then I'll message back fucking 4 days later saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was busy saving someone from a house fire." We just had a joke when you were out, and we were talking
You're
about
such a dick, Jeremy.
That's fine. I mean, let's be let's be honest. Does anybody, obviously the way I react to stuff, does anybody really think that that I'm not the butt of the joke well? I don't think anybody thinks that. I think everybody's like that I don't take a joke well. With the way I dish them out, I think everybody's like, oh yeah, he might react and be an asshole like Steven does, but they all know that I can take a joke. If it's funny, fucking bring it. So I'm glad you guys made a joke about me, is the moral of that story.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take a joke.
I think if anybody on this podcast falls on the sword, it's me.
Yeah, but that's by design. You've created those people. Your dissociative identity disorder, by the way, that's the PC term, not multiple personality. Get fucking woke, people.
Whoa.
Your DID has dictated all of that. So, can I tell you this? Can I tell you about Steven?
I'm here.
So my youngest daughter, Piper Sue, whom everybody knows about her that watches this, she's 10 years old. She was in the elementary play, had a solo and whatnot, and did her thing. She loves theater. Well, she loves theater to the point, and she's talented enough that the middle school actually asked her to come up and be part of the chorus, which is kind of an honor, like getting pulled up to varsity, right? Yeah. Well,
that was Claire's first experience.
Right. So that brings me to my story. Claire, Steven's youngest daughter, is an incredibly talented theater performer, dancer, singer, all of that stuff. Well, because we want Piper, obviously, to see positive role models, and plus she thinks the world of Claire anyways, because she's known Claire damn near her whole life at this point. Mm-hmm. And we love Shrek, right? I'm a big Shrek fan. We went and saw Shrek the musical, in which Claire played 6 different parts.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible. She was the best dancer in every number. She was spot fucking military precision. Pa, pa, pa. So
I believe she helped with the choreography as well.
But that would explain why she was so good at it. Yeah. If you watch most choreography, you can pick out the person that designed those moves because they're the best at it, right?
Right.
So we go and we watch Shrek, and I was one row in front of Steven, but in the outside section, you got 3 sections in a standard theater. I was one row ahead of him and I made a conscious decision to watch him. Every time the would come to an end and they would pose and then there'd be thunderous applause, I would look at Steven while I was clapping. This motherfucker would not applaud.
Resting bitch face, arms crossed.
Yep, the entire crowd.
Yep.
The entire crowd. At the end, standing ovation. Everybody but Steve stood up.
Phone.
Everybody but Steve stood up for the standing ovation. That might be a lie. I didn't pay attention to that. But I did watch him.
He didn't protest it, though.
But I did watch him not clap. I did watch him not clap numerous times. I thought, that motherfucker. So, but no, Claire did an amazing job. It was super cool. And then we got to see her afterward, and Piper got to give her a big hug and tell her good job. It was super cool. So,
the Doc's sisters, so his nephew, her son, was one of the piggies.
Okay.
So I got to see pictures from multiple Facebook accounts.
They did a really good job with the play. It was super fun. I didn't know what the musical would entail. There was a ton of original music. It was very funny. So it was a female that played Lord Farquaad, and she was kind of a show stealer. Like she was great, and plus she was on her knees with like fake little legs on the front of her thighs.
Okay.
So it was very humorous.
Like Martin.
Yes, like Martin. Yep. So, but no, they did. They said they did a great job in the welcome to Duloc, like that whole dance thing. Like it was fun. They did a good job.
Serviceable.
So I will tell you that
Taking a hit.
the couple of constructive criticisms that I would have had is I would not have put gloves on Shrek.
Because they were a different color.
Yeah, they were neon green and they were distracting. I would have just either let them be natural skin color, white, black, whatever. I don't think it would have been a big deal. The other thing is the accent. I felt like the talent of, because the actor who played Shrek was incredibly talented, both singing, animated. He was very, very good. I felt like they had him try to do the Shrek accent, the Scottish accent, and he could do it well, but the longer he talked, he would get out of the accent.
Oh, okay.
Whereas if they would have just let him do his voice,
yeah,
I think it would have been even better if they would have just let him.
I don't think
him.
that the accent would be necessary, really. You know,
and I didn't think so either. I was surprised that they did it because especially with the height. I mean, accents are hard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like I said, he did it. But as he would talk, like he would slowly lose the accent.
Like
and
Storm in the X-Men movies.
Right. I'm like, dude, if you would have just let this kid loose and let him be him, I think he would have been, it would have been better for him personally.
This is the theater program at my daughter's school used to be top notch. I mean, like way better. It's still good, still very good. Used to be way better. The old guy that ran that position, or that was the choir teacher and head of the plays and everything, he retired, and they replaced him with another person in charge. And feminism is ruining the production. And I'm not even trying to be funny at this. This is what has happened there. Our sets used to be amazing. The little girl who played Farquaad, her dad is a contractor, and he used to come in and build all those sets and help the kids build all those sets.
Yeah.
But then they hired two women to take over this job, a stage manager woman and a thing. And the stage manager woman, who's in charge of the stage, will not accept his help because she does not want to be told what to do by a man. And those are words that were actually said to my wife. So that's why the sets look shitty. That's why that dragon was a piece of shit. That's why everything was, as the guy who has freaking made everything.
That's why Steve wasn't clapping.
That's why the guy who has made every freaking play sits in the audience, and we talked to him, and he's like, yeah, I've texted him multiple times, said that they could use me, but they never got back to me. So, so that's great. Like, beautiful.
I will tell you that I don't know any of the backstory, but what I do know is when Claire got her start, one of the first things she did was she got pulled up as an elementary student to high school to be a munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. We went and saw The Wizard of Oz, and I was blown away.
It used to be amazing,
both literally and figuratively.
They flew. They brought in somebody from California.
Yeah, they were on cable.
A team, and cabled the Wicked Witch of the West on her bike around the freaking stage.
It was
as a house spun.
Yeah, dude.
This shit was okay. So the guy who used to do that now is he works for the Frauenthal as their stage manager.
Okay.
So he's a top notch son of a bitch.
And ever since, do you remember his name?
Yeah, TK something. I can't think of his last name, but he goes by TK.
Okay. I did notice that there was a difference
when they did Clue.
level.
They couldn't get any of the doors to close, so every time they would room from one room to another, which they go through doors, but we can see the rooms.
Right.
The kids would close the door behind them, and then the door would slowly swing open, so everybody in the other room could just look through the doorways. And it was like, yeah, well, maybe somebody could put a magnet on it. Maybe somebody up there, if they knew how to use a screwdriver, could fix something up. It's horrible.
We don't have a super chat, but I'm going to read it anyway. This is from Travis Bowles. He says, "Wow, boring."
Yeah, you're right. Let's move on.
I imagine Steve at home, like the teacher in Whiplash, like just screaming at, like, "Are you rushing your drag?"
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's make it exciting. We'll bring Travis in. Wonderful.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'm really kind of in the middle. I could take it or I could
be
leave
honest.
So good.
I get
Let's
where
be
he's coming
honest.
from.
I hear he's coming from, but I can also see.
Let's be honest.
I get it. I understand why nobody is buying this, and I won't buy it either, except I'm going to buy 4.
And let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Me
I
and-
could care less.
Me and Julia down by the boatyard.
Travis, we're in
What
your
are we
house
doing?
and you're
What
not
are we
here.
doing now? You got toy news, Jay?
I mean, yeah, but should we? Well, yeah, come to Muskecon, everybody who's not. We talked about the Mythical Meetup, and we didn't.
Oh
talk
yeah,
about the
Muskecon
show.
10 to 5 Saturday, $10 to get in. Kids are 12 and under are free. We're at the Delta by Marriott Van Dyke
Mortgage
Convention
Convention Center.
Center, which must be in full on all of the checks that you pay. Just so you know, that's too many letters to fit on a cashier's check. Yeah. So, but I've never had a bad time at Muskecon. It really has been an amazing experience to do it. I'm incredibly excited to share that experience. I'm also incredibly excited to share a little bit of that stress, to be honest with you, to know that I don't have to do this, that, and the other thing tomorrow because Jay's going to handle it. That's a big deal to me. So I greatly do appreciate that.
Come see us on Legion's Row. Back row of the thing is going to be predominantly Legions, probably if not all Legions. I'm not
It
sure.
is
No,
all-
I'll be tacked on the end.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we have to move you, but we haven't talked about it yet.
Oh, okay.
So Carver,
I'll be in the other room.
Carver Customs, Dang Studios, Drunk Gizmo, Wolf King, Four Horsemen, Retro Rags, Jeremy DeWitt. Legion's Row is looking pretty snazzy. Gregory Schmerber is going to be there with some Legions. He's not in the row because he's, kind of obviously a last minute, or not, I shouldn't say he's a last minute, but he's a late entry vendor because I wanted to find a spot for him. He's not a returning vendor. I am seriously contemplating discussing with Jeremy.
His name is Corey.
What?
His name is Corey. Wait, no. Shut up.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
The Schmerberger. I'm seriously contemplating trying to mix things up a little bit next year and actually take the old space that used to be Muskecon, that's down the hallway, and making that. I don't want to say a mini Legions Con. I'm not saying that, Jeremy Gerard, but a Legions centric type event with some Glyos action in there, and kind of dedicating that room to that type, keeping it all there, and then having the main vendor hall just be chock full of every other type of vendor and artist. I don't know if it's going to work. I got some things to consider and I got some discussions to have with my partner, but, or does that go artist? Mixing it up a little bit. We need more square footage.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the best.
It just
way to
sucks
do
because
that
there's a
is.
hallway
So-
separating the two. It's not like you could just open a big fucking door and
Right.
it all connects or something.
But between signage and strategic vendor booths, you can connect the two and make
Oh,
it
for
very
sure.
natural.
Yeah. That'll be.
But that has to be done correctly. That's a big deal.
And then considering, possibly putting people in those hallways, but then again, like you said, at night, who's going to be watching that shit? But I mean,
But that's why you target cosplay groups and that kind of stuff.
that's true.
Where the ones that don't have things set up overnight.
Yep.
So
Yep.
But no, we look forward to seeing everybody. Like I said, Muskecon is a big deal to me, and it's taken a back burner in a lot of ways to my everyday life. But I don't want to let it go, and I don't want to give
Well,
it up.
especially since
So,
it's growing and more people are coming from out of town to come to this thing, and
Right.
it's getting pretty exciting. So, yeah, time to step up the game. So, yeah,
And I'll be there, so if anybody wants to be called a pussy,
whether you like it or not.
$10.
$10, yeah.
$10 a piece. I'll work it in. You won't even see it
And-
coming.
It's gonna have
So-
a sash.
couple of big
Pin
big
the
things
dollars.
that I want to make sure that we focus on. Mythical Meetup focused by Jesus Christ. Mythical Meetup sponsored by Wolf King Customs. Of course, we all know and love Len LaGuardia. He's absolutely amazing. I love getting inside and outside of him. I'm talking about his airport, not him physically. That would be weird. But so the
that
meetup's
weird.
being handled by Wolf King. The badge art by Jeremy is awesome. We got specific badges for that. To clip the badges on for both the Mythical Meetup and for Muskecon, we have legit fucking Four Horsemen lanyards. The actual Four Horsemen Studios lanyards, which are absolutely awesome. And that was an awesome donation by them.
We did actually, since my comment, they pulled that.
But then of course the Horsemen are going to have
City now.
the Horsemen are going to have something to talk about. So we don't know exactly what it is yet, but the Horsemen never disappoint. There will be something at the Mythical Meetup that you will see or hear or touch for the first time before anybody else by attending the Mythical Meetup, which is super cool. And we also understand that we are a very, 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 very small fish in a very big pond. So while the dragon won't be there, confirmed, we understand why, but they always do something for us. For even us as a small group of fans in a small town, comparatively, they come out swinging for us, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
I think having them and having, that Legion's Row, having all these people travel and all that stuff, is just going to make this thing grow and be fun. And hopefully it becomes like, that early spring trip for a lot of people. Because we don't want to wait till November every fucking year.
Right.
So.
Yeah. There is a Steve-O Beg asked if there's a cover charge for the meetup. Yes. Is it $5 or $10? I don't remember.
It was $5 last year. I don't know if you changed it.
It's on the Facebook page. I apologize. I don't know that off the top of my head. Basically the cover charge gets you in the door. That gets you fed. That obviously helps the room. Everybody is going to get some sort of a $10. Everybody's going to get some sort of a door prize, and the majority of the people there will win something. So it is not money for nothing. The chicks are free. So
nice.
Unless they want to be.
Cash bar.
Yep, cash bar. So like I said, we'll be able to drink in there. We'll have our own little bartender in there like last year. So yeah, it'll be a good time.
Steamo will be in attendance. He'll be showing off his painting skills by painting your fingernails black.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Travis said.
I can do that.
Or painting with his blood. Not sure yet. So
I'm gonna have a vial of Courtney's blood around my neck.
So super funny. Last year to kind of bring all of our conversations together. Last year at the Mythical Meetup, we got a super funny gift from Dusty. We got some amazing art from Dusty from
Yeah, it
Dusty.
was awesome. Yeah.
But we got a fun little gift of socks that had little hands on them with magnets so we could all stand together. Susu was wearing those socks when we went and saw Shrek. So she's sitting in the hallway waiting for Claire. And I say, hey, Steve, you recognize those socks? She loves those things, man.
That's awesome.
So hopefully we'll see you guys next weekend.
Oh, yeah. Last year, Maverick paid for everyone's entry. Well, maybe he'll do it this year, too.
I wouldn't see why he wouldn't. He just posted very clearly that he would spend $5,000 on 5 different colored dragons from the Horsemen. So he obviously has money to burn. But,
yes.
But no, there was a lot of people. Like I said, Maverick did throw a big chunk towards that last year. But this year, like I said, you pay $10 to get in. There's a good chance you're going to get a custom part. There's a good chance there's a for sure chance you're going to get a lanyard, a commemorative lanyard with a badge. We're going to feed you. That's free. Opportunity to buy booze. But the majority of people walked out with like a fucking figure or something cool last year. I mean, there was some legit stuff so when I brought it up this year about charging for that, not one person batted an eye. They were all like, oh yeah, it's totally worth it. So that's why we went with what we did. So just trying to make sure we don't lose money. That's not about making money. That's about being able to make the event happen.
There you go.
Cool. Justice Silly Goose says not a chance. So not a chance you're going to buy 5 dragons? But,
all right.
Oh, toy news. What you got, Jeremy?
I do have some toy news. Oh, Dang Studios coloring book.
Ooh, that's always fun.
Pre-order alert! Fresh Monkey Fiction Operation Monster Force Season 2.
I'm sorry, Jeremy.
We're rewinding.
I don't know how I forgot this. I'm an asshole. Obviously, there's an exclusive Charbot part for Muskecon.
Oh,
that will be available at the convention. that was designed specifically for me and for Muskecon by freaking Brian Lynn from Carver
If
Customs.
there are things like
It's
that, maybe
absolutely
we should
awesome.
put those out and
Well,
post this week.
I don't know what you're doing. So I've been trying to figure it out.
Everyone who's
So-
got a custom thing that they're putting at
I would
Muskecon,
require him
send
to-
me a message
Maybe
with
you
all
should-
the information.
Maybe you
and
should
I'll
have
post
him write you a thing saying what he does for Muskecon.
it. Right.
So that's a big thing moving forward when it comes to the marketing side of things is bragging about
Maybe
the
I'll
great
keep my
vendors
job.
we have, bragging about the great artists we have, and getting out ahead of that and going, hey, by the way, just so you know, if you were on the fence, this person is going to be here. Look at what they can do, and running a series of social media promotions to again brag about the great vendors we have. So I did that in the past. In the early years, there was advertisements for the art of Jeremy DeWitt and the art of Stephen Bisciotti. And, I did that better when I was younger.
See, and I thought about doing it on my own, but then I realized that if I just posted 10 different people, that the other 50 or whatever would be like, hey.
This year we have Tom Holland there signing stuff, but we just haven't posted.
We
about
just
it.
haven't posted it yet. Yeah. The actual Tom Holland. He's going to come in with a Spider-Man suit, dropping from the
It's
ceiling.
a guy named Tom from Holland.
From Holland, yeah. Well, Tim, but they call him Tom.
Yeah.
So
Tim from Holland is going to be here.
and now special guest.
Don't
Tom
make
from
me make a
Holland.
post about that because I will. Tim from Holland.
You know him, you love him, Captain America. Evan Chris is going to be there. Wait, what?
Thank you, Stacy. Okay. Yeah. So pre-order alert.
That was a really nice way of Stacy saying, I kept Brian up late last night. He's still He's still snoozing.
He's still tired from the rocking and rolling.
Way to go, Brian.
So here's those guys that I was just talking about.
Yeah, these things are cool.
Are you getting these, Steve?
I've only bought one. I really would love to get on board with these, but man,
Yeah, this is the Eraser
space.
and so Lieutenant Griffin the Eraser and Sleepwalker Aerial Assault Trooper. They're $37 each.
They're cool figs, man.
They got lots of stuff going on.
I love this, the transparent head and hand swap.
Yep.
That's just cool, man.
Anything transparent or glow in the dark is pretty sweet. So, you know,
Conan, Mezco Conan?
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this is something I really am
Movie version.
pretty pumped up about. This looks great.
He's
War Paint Edition. That's kind of cool.
yeah, the 1982 version from Mezco. It's a pre-order right now, and this is something I haven't seen with pre-orders on Big Bad Toy Store before. I mean, maybe they existed, but I just haven't seen them. Is they have like a down payment required?
How much?
$10.50.
Well, that ain't nothing.
10%.
So yeah, it's $105. It's coming out in December.
But that's not uncommon for Mezco, though, right?
No, Mezco. If you go
Mezco
directly
does-
through Mezco, you pay in full. If
Right.
from what I remember.
Yeah. And I haven't gone to
Now,
Mezco's site. I just saw this.
What's
through Big Bad
interesting
Toy
that I'm
Store.
noticing here is I'm not seeing joints. Are you guys seeing joints? Looks like okay. Maybe there's one where the okay, I see
I'm
it.
kind of seeing it, but like that paint is really helping to cover that shit up.
Okay, now I'm seeing where looks like there's a joint under his pecs where his pecs meet his
Yep.
abdomen.
His
Looks like there's a
arms
joint
there.
where his deltoid meets his bicep and there you could definitely see the joint. Okay.
Yep.
It's just really well hidden. It
Yeah.
really looks cool. And it might be that paint like Jeremy said or
Could you imagine how great these pictures? These are amazing pictures. Could you
Yeah.
imagine how great they would be if they got fucking 1.6 shooter? to
Especially
go?
since honestly, these are kind of grainy.
They're,
Like taking these pictures off of the site, I'm like, wow, this is 2025, right?
this was taken by 1.4 shooter.
Yeah,
Not quite up to snuff.
not quite up to snuff.
yeah, I am I gotta put some money down on this thing.
This is cool. So let me ask you this: do you think maybe the down payment, so Big Bad Toy Store, it's very easy to get on there, get excited, see a figure, get it on there, and then 2 months later you're like, I changed my mind.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've done it.
With how many, so have I. With how many Conans have been coming out, I wonder if they're seeing so many people wanted this Conan, and then all of a sudden somebody drops this Conan, and everybody
Right.
bails out. This sort of like, okay, well, if this is going to end up, we're going to hedge our bets a little bit. We're going to get a little bit of your money to either make you commit, or we're going to get something out of the fact that you backed out. And then if we sell that fig to somebody else, great. Or if
Right.
it goes to sale because we have too many of them, that'll help compensate for it. Do you think that's part of it?
I think it definitely could be part of it, and I think they're seeing that.
Insider information right here from 1/6 shooter. It says might be shooting a new Conan figure right now.
Well, show it to us. I don't believe you.
Prove it.
We might think you're really cool.
Speaking of which, send me the video from hotel room, heavy metal hotel room there. 1/6.
Oh, does he still have that?
I would hope so, because we don't have it.
We didn't record that.
We didn't. He did.
Oh,
Yeah, we never posted it.
Heavy
so-
metal hotel room. That was fun.
That was fun.
I love hanging out with that guy.
He's good.
1/6 shooter is one, and I think my favorite part about him is he just says it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not rude. He's just honest. And I love his level of honesty because he's like, oh yeah, well, fuck that. He's one of the realest people that I've ever met. And I just think I just think he's the coolest. So.
After the Conan, we got some more Mosqu toys. This is the Deadpool and Wolverine 1/12 Collective Wolverine Deluxe Edition action figure.
Ooh.
$125 for this guy, $12.50 non-refundable down payment if you're on Big Bad Toy Store. This guy looks pretty cool, man. I like Wolverine a lot.
I'm sorry, I just ordered Conan.
Oh, did you? There you go.
Did you? Which one is this?
This is
Wolverine from Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, this is Hugh Jackman.
Yep.
Did they have a Hugh Jackman head?
Yes. As we go through
let's
these,
see what that looks
boom.
like. Oh, it looks pretty.
The hair looks a little funky.
Well,
but that's his
okay.
face.
That's a
Both
great
show.
Wolverine pose. He looks a little squatty for Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's a longer-legged, long-limbed
Yeah.
kind of guy, but I guess they're just gonna
Could be angles. I'm assuming that his claws don't actually have Deadpool's face in it. So
They
How
might
cool
not,
would
but
that be, though?
it would
that
be cool.
does
though.
look like it's paint.
Yeah, it does look
But-
like it.
Who knows?
It'd be interesting if it actually did. So there's a picture of him with Deadpool.
Cornboy says it looks like it's got double jointed elbows too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, that's pretty damn good.
That's how Jeremy prefers his Saturday nights and his elbows.
Yeah.
Double jointed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looks like it's got some effects. And then the cool little standee there. Lots of head options. Look at that shit. Some nice facial expressions.
Angry 1, open mouth. Angry 2.
Yep.
Tell you what, though, I mean, I know that in the instance of Indiana Jones, the pictures they showed of Harrison Ford versus what we got, I thought what we got was better.
Okay.
So if that trend follows with this, that might even. I don't think that's nailing Hugh Jackman. But what we get might be improved.
I think it's pretty damn close. I mean, at least from where I'm sitting looking at this monitor. And also, like, his scale now, when he's standing up straight, it looks
Looks a little better.
a little better. Not huge on the sleeves,
A little too broad in the shoulders.
but that was in the movie. So the option to remove the sleeves would be cool, though.
yeah.
But I don't know if that's an option unless you just cut it. So regardless, pretty sweet. Have any of you guys watched that movie since it came out?
No.
Me either. It's weird.
Well,
I'm not.
I saw it twice in theaters.
Okay.
I enjoyed it immensely.
But it isn't necessarily the most rewatchable
Yeah,
movie.
I kind of
There was something I watched a video about it too, and it's kind of like how like this Spider-Man did it too with the 3 Spider-Mans in that movie. Like, it's amazing the first time because you don't know what to expect and all this shit shows up. But then when you watch it again, it's kind of like, oh, well, I already knew all that. I already knew that. I
Maybe.
already knew that.
I mean, I can see others might. I now Spider-Man I have watched.
Yeah.
Again, a few times.
But when it comes up in my rewatchability, Spider-Man is not in those lists.
Yeah, it's weird.
I've seen Captain America 100 times. I've seen Iron Man 100 times. I've seen all of the Iron Mans numerous times. You know, there's just for whatever reason, and maybe it does tie back to like big kind of reveals and big things to where it kind of takes the wind out.
It's to the point where in the
It's-
movies, when stuff like that happens, like for example, when Andrew Garfield walks in and there's like a silence for a minute in the movie for crowd reaction.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
And so like when you're watching it like in your house after you've seen, you know, you already know, it's kind of like, you know, oh, well, that's where the crowd's supposed to react. You know,
Right.
It's got stuff like that, which is awesome because it was fucking awesome. But like,
But I mean,
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed Black Widow, but I haven't revisited it.
right.
You know, Doctor Strange, I haven't revisited it. I've watched Black Panther 100 times.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's weird because I really, really love Tim from Holland as Spider-Man.
Right.
But I've actually gone back and watched like the Tobey Maguire ones more than I have
And me too.
any of the others.
I've never seen them all the way through.
I have
Oh,
come
right.
come to a conclusion that although I love Toby, I love Andrew, and I love Tom.
Tim.
I've come to the conclusion that while I don't think they're the best movies, Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man.
Overall, I would agree.
And Andrew Garfield to me had the best dual personality for
Yep.
the gig. Now, what I will say is Tom Holland pulls off the teenage aspect better than all of them.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
And I think, and to me, I think that's what makes Tom Holland my favorite, is because he's the most vulnerable teenager, and that's exactly what Spider-Man is supposed to be.
The problem with Tom Holland is he's not playing.
Holland?
Yeah, Holland.
Holland Oates.
Oh, Holland.
Holland
Tom Holland.
Oates.
Tom Holland.
Tim Holland Oates is going to be at
The
Muskecon.
problem with Tom Holland.
What I want, you got to web swing from buildings.
The problem with Tom Holland now is that he's not playing a teenager anymore. You know, his character has grown. He's in college and everything, and he's still short, and he's still, you know, he isn't turning into Spider-Man like some of the other ones.
Like Tobey Maguire did when he started being Spider-Man at 37.
Oh, I know it's different, but I
Spider
mean,
Elder.
you know,
Spider Grandpa.
you know, Tom Holland was great at being that kid amongst the other, you know, hey, that's really cool, Captain America.
Just having that kind of
shield does not
naive,
defy,
like,
you know,
yeah.
follow the laws of physics. All of that stuff is great, but now he's not so much of a kid anymore. So how is he gonna?
It's going to be interesting to see where they go.
How
in
is
the
he
next
going to go
movie.
in between those characters now that he's becoming more of a veteran? Can Tom Holland pull that off? Or it kind of sounds like we're not even going to get that because they're saying the Spider-Man 4 is going to be kind of a return to the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, but there's no way they're not going to bring something in with the multiverse because he's going to have to be in those movies. The Secret Wars and the Doomsday, or at least somehow tied to those.
1-6 shooter. Hot take. Deadpool Wolverine is not a great movie. And you know what? I will 100% agree with 1-6 shooter. It is not a great movie. It is a movie that is full.
It's a fan
of
service movie.
It's a movie full of great moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with him.
It is not end to end. No, it's not a great movie. It is a fun movie.
I was going to say
but there
story
are
wise and all
so
that shit.
many-
Like, I don't give a fuck.
So many great
Yeah.
moments. But no, I would agree with you. I would agree with
Yeah.
you,
It's
Trevor.
fun when it's fun,
Yep.
but it's also boring when it's boring.
Uh-huh.
When you're dealing with the those people that monitor time, I can't, you know,
Yeah.
and you're trying
TVA.
TVA.
the TVA and everything, especially like my kids who didn't watch
Loki.
you know, they're like, what the hell's going on? Where are we? You know, and it drags until you get to, okay, the car scene where they fight in the car. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
Who doesn't
scene.
want to watch that?
all of the surprise cameos, all of the. I mean, it just
It
there
was a fan service movie.
It was a fan service movie,
front
top
to back.
top to bottom, front to back, any position you can come up with. It was a fan service movie, and it was a ton of fun.
Mhm.
And I mean, I'm sorry. You try to find one better opening scene than him fucking slicing and dicing people to fucking bye by insect, man.
Using fucking desecrating the bones of,
Speaking of movies hitting theaters coming up, big deal. Okay. Thursday, March 20th, rad day, y'all.
What?
Cinema Carousel in Muskegon, rad BMX on the big screen, along with the documentary of making the movie.
Oh shit!
Two for Thursday night. I'll be at the Cinema Carousel if y'all want to join me.
I was say Beans might be able to get you in for free.
Well, I'm gonna message. I'm hoping they have they're not gonna have anything cool like a cool popcorn box because it's a one-time showing. But how fun is that, man?
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
I heard they're gonna do the
Crew Jones on the big screen.
I heard they're gonna do the original Ninja Turtle movie also at some point.
Oh, that would be
put it back in
fun.
the theaters.
Well, and the Froenthal does that, plays old movies. We went and watched The Nightmare Before Christmas there and stuff at the holiday season. They do that. It's kind of fun.
Gosh, that would be interesting to go see Ninja Turtles at the carousel because I actually went and saw Ninja Turtles at the carousel.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah,
for
sure.
But yeah,
If
Rad.
it does, we
I
should all go.
revisited that. You can watch it on YouTube. It's very hard to find that
Rad?
movie.
What?
Rad.
Oh no, you can buy it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I watched like a shitty version on
Yeah,
YouTube.
no. So I bought it on. Well, I bought it bootlegged on DVD out of Canada, and I know that our current president thinks they're the enemy, but they hooked me up with a DVD copy of
Enemy. They're
Rad.
going to be a new state, all right?
But no, yeah, it's available on Amazon Prime. So as soon as I found, I'm one of those guys that's always looking for weird shit, and I found it. I bought it. So yeah, it's in my Amazon Prime library.
So,
boom.
I never realized until I revisited it as an adult that the girl in it is freaking Uncle Jesse's.
This is Lori
wife.
Loughlin, man.
What the heck? That's where I first
Send
knew
me
her.
an angel. Ooh.
Anyways, boring.
Hey, everybody, look! It's Christian. Right? We're gonna see if her and Bart are gonna bicycle boogie. That's so good. I always wanted to ride into my prom on a BMX bike and fucking just spin, but I sucked. So.
All right, continuing on.
So that's where I'll be March 20th.
There you go. Walmart Collector Con.
Maybe
Walmart.
Curtis wants to join me.
Ooh.
Curtis will be here, won't he?
Yeah.
Thursday? Yeah.
He will.
So
I
Walmart
think it'll be
Collector
your
Con
Wednesday.
dropped the other day. We've been seeing some shit pop up from Walmart. Figured I'd grab a Star Wars thing because we haven't talked about Star Wars for very much at all because none of us really give a shit anymore.
What is this?
This, my friend, this is R2D2.
I know who it is. What is it?
It's the Black Series R2D2 Revenge of the Sith version.
Oh,
only
okay.
at Walmart.
Only at Walmart.
$25.
$24.97, getting it.
That's true.
I can remember at a time when Black Series were only like $20. This fit character here,
Fucking Trump and his inflation.
50 would go for
$4
50
cheaper.
easy.
$4 cheaper.
Wow.
Grabbed a couple other pictures. Look, that's a fun little box.
That's the old school, man. Old school packaging.
He comes with all his
Speaking of
forks.
old school packages,
So it's
I bet-
6-inch.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Comes with
that's
all
a big package.
comes with all his forks and knives. See?
hey, will you okay, Cody? Will you jump in and block that most recent comment? The one that says hi. I love you guys and I'm 15, so keep doing what you guys do. You want to block that? Thank you.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm sure it's just spam, but you can get it out of there.
Is it? Maybe he's really just a person who's 15.
Well, then either way, I want to
Because it says how rude.
Oh, good. Bye-bye.
What?
What?
Bye, Maddox.
What the fuck?
Was that Maverick?
No.
No, Mavericks in there is not a silly goose or whatever this week.
Yeah. You
Oh, look at this. I like this.
Mav account. I figured you would, and that's why I grabbed this. We got ourselves a WWE Ultimate Edition Monday Night War. Not Raw, folks. War. Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure. Look at him.
Oh, they got the handcuffs for when McMahon called the cops and had him hauled out of the station or out of the thing. He's got a couple of beers. Does he have a middle finger?
No, they're just pointy fingers.
Ah, come on. You need to have a middle
Look at that
finger.
fucking
with it.
that knee brace is legit.
This is Walmart. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're gonna.
Oh, and he's got his shorts. I
Yep.
want to see what those look like
The
on
jean
him.
shorts, the Austin. Yeah. Oh, we got it.
Oh, good.
There's
This
the
is
packaging. It's odd shape.
I might have to buy this.
denim shorts.
Yeah, no labels on them, but those
No
are some
labels.
Steve Weisers.
Steve Weiser. Is that what
Yeah.
you call them?
Oh, has he got 2 knee braces or no? Okay, this is one knee
Just the
brace.
pad and then the.
Because
knee
later in his
brace.
career he had 2, but yeah, if they're doing the Monday Night Wars, they're gonna.
That pose right there looks kind of funky though.
Yeah, he needs fists, not like
Yeah.
covering
like-
his
He's
carrot
doing
hands.
chin-ups.
Yeah. Right.
Doing
It's,
pull-ups,
chin
man.
up.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
pretty. He does that, but it also does the flip off thing.
I'm sure you could get some custom hands.
I don't know if you're proficient in sign language, but here's to you.
He
But-
sounds just like
I
him.
know.
That wasn't even.
Thought you'd
very
get a
good.
kick out of that one. Next is this guy. I forgot to
Crystal Ball.
There you go. It's Crystal Ball
This is
from
Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, this was the most proliferant. Prolific.
Proliferant, huh?
Yeah, I'm working through. Hey,
Proliferatious.
Travis isn't here. I gotta try.
This was by
His
far.
aura is like seeping into all of us.
This is the most polydifferent character ever.
This was the biggest peg warmer I have ever. I remember. I mean,
Like
this
the
guy
old
came
school
out
You
in
get
like,
excited to go to Meijer to get a
Yeah.
GI Joe, and
Yeah.
all you had was 14 him.
yeah, I think this guy came out in '87, if I remember right, or it might be '88, and I think you could still find him on the pegs in '95. He was.
The original price tag. He was $2 cheaper than the other Joes.
But I'm looking at this guy going, he's fucking cool.
He actually is a lot cooler. All he came with in his original setup was a shield that had
Okay.
like a little lenticular thing on the shield.
Yeah,
so-
and it does
Can
have
we-
that.
Can we real quick address his name?
Crystal Ball.
It's Richard King. It's Dick King.
Yeah.
The guy's name is Dick King.
You get a good dicking from him.
Lady J's like, yeah, you do.
So he's got some translucent, like
That's
magical.
fucking rad looking.
Yeah, dude, the horned, like,
Yeah. He was, I believe he was
Cthulhu
billed as
skull.
Cobra's hypnotist back in the day. There we go.
yep, there's that shield, and it is lenticular.
And
so-
he used to mess with people's minds.
It's
and
lionocular, huh?
yes, it's lion
Very
ocumalicious.
cool.
I said lenticular, right? Or did he screw it up?
No, he did. I
Oh.
screwed it up. I was just being Travis.
I got you. I got you.
I was just being Travis.
So yeah, look at that.
So that's fun.
Faker.
What is this?
This is so Mattel's been going into their vintage collection now, which might as well be classics
2.0.
2.0. But not as good, but kind of good. I don't know what to say about them, but they exist. So he's
They're
only
good.
$21.74
For $21 these days, I think I would say they're good.
Yeah, and especially like it's really hard for me to not want to get these because I mean it's He-Man, but I mean, and he looks good.
Does look good.
Comes with
Like-
some cool accessories and whatnot. Curious how deep they're gonna go with this line. Like, I don't know. I'm getting like burnt out in a way from them, but. And this is also $21.97. This is Masterverse She-Ra. So this is kind of like, sort of an original take on her. I've been seeing that people are posting that they think she looks like Melody Britt, like in her face, who she was the voice actress for She-Ra. And I would say absolutely not. It doesn't look anything like her. And that pose right there sucks.
Well, Melanie Britt's like 60 something.
Well, yeah, but even like they did an up close of like her headshot, like her professional headshot, and then put this next to it.
Back
and
when
I'm
she was
like,
young, you mean?
yeah, and I'm
Okay.
like, no, not even
Back
close.
before she was crusty.
No.
But I mean, some interesting takes there. Looks like she's got some iridescent armor and shit like that. She looks, she looks like the Princess of Power, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
I've got the old like toy sword looking there. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to see it in person.
I thought Faker looked better.
But they're also two different lines. So-
But I mean, how it's
That's
a
where-
blue He-Man. How do you fuck Faker up?
You really
realistically,
can't.
you
I mean,
know?
and actually that head on that Faker just is not great. They've already done the He-Man in that style. And I don't know. Whatever. Fuck them.
Whatever, fuck it.
Chuck
it in the fucking bucket.
NECA, Ninja Turtles, Mirage Comics, choked 7-inch scale. There's a pre-order for him going on. I don't know much about this guy. I've just seen him in the comics a little bit, but I don't really give a shit. But he looks pretty awesome.
Choked.
He's got some cool stuff.
That's the best we could do.
Choke.
Choke.
And they renamed him for the old toy line, like Shogun Show 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, this is Chote. He's got a
I'd like to
torch.
rename that delicious.
Yeah. I mean, he looks great. I
It's
just
a
don't
fun
know.
figure.
I just don't know if I'll need him.
It's the belt tie is a little bit more Christmas bow than it is ninja.
You got that going. Yeah.
So
That's a little Christmas Bowie. Plus for $50, I mean, these things are getting fucking
$49.96.
Well, yeah, that's true. All right, it's less than $50.
Ace Duck is a wrestler.
Yeah, same with our Archie Comics NECA Ace Duck.
Like water off a duck's back.
This guy's got a hog.
He does?
He is packing.
Like Bo Duke Hog?
like
Did Bo Duke have a
they're
hog?
covering up.
Oh, Bo Duke. He's packing. I've talked about that on show before.
Really? They're
Oh, Bo Duke's always. You look up pictures, man.
look at this
impressive.
duck's eggs, man. That's all I gotta say. He is smuggling breakfast down there. He looks awesome. I think God, look at the shininess on that little duck wang. He wasn't in the comics very long, but he looks fucking spot on. I think it looks great. I don't know that I'll get him because there's just too much out there right now. But you know, if you need a muscular duck figure with a giant hog, here you go.
Man,
Yeah.
I wish I filled out a pair of underwear like that.
Who was the actor that played Bo Duke?
Schneider.
John Schneider.
John Schneider.
I'm trying to.
Was it Bo that had the?
How do you Google that?
Just you don't need to. You just need to look at pictures of Dukes of Hazzard when they started. I'll find you some good pictures of this hog. What?
We're all, excuse us, we're taking a little
This
break
has
to look
been
up
a
John
topic.
Schneider's wang.
This has been a topic on the show before.
It's not a great shot, but I mean,
John Schneider bulge.
bulge.
There it is.
Dude's always packing a huge bulge, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I told you. I'm not thinking like, how do you even? You have to look at.
Of course, I try 6 different ways to search it. You know immediately.
God. He's
Dude.
got a Joe Camel toe kicking.
He
Wow.
is,
That's a fucking moose knuckle there.
dude. This is. I mean, did you see this one? Is that the one you saw? I mean, he's just there's better ones than that actually, but
Damn.
oh, he's packing, man. That's why I always looked up to him.
Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They fucking should have sold ad space on that.
I know, it's awesome. Like if I ever get, I love Dukes of Hazzard as a kid, and if I ever get a chance to meet John Schneider,
You're just going to
that's what
shake his wang.
that's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna.
walking.
Oh, my God.
It's just hanging out, man.
I'm gonna congratulate
He's
him.
like
on
the
it.
Look at
fucking-
that button holds it back.
He's like the fucking John Hamm of the 80s, man.
Dude, you fucking win.
That's why all those men were mad. Fucking John Hamm had a fucking pork sausage. Ooh, this one's a good one because this one's got I gotta say it's okay to look at it.
Are we going to share it with the
Look at
folks?
that
You
thing.
just- yeah, look at that.
thing.
That monster.
Fucking
Dude, man.
anaconda. Seriously, it was so big it killed Ice Cube. Whoa! Damn, son!
I know it's amazing. I mean, come on.
You can see the fucking helmet.
Yeah,
and shit.
Dude's
Big old veiny, triumphant bastard.
If I had pants that tight, all you'd be able to see is ball.
If I had pants that,
Can you
I was a
imagine?
woman?
When I was a little kid and I thought, I'm gonna grow up and have a hog like that, and then I don't.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I can't wait to be like Bo Duke. I'll be a long-legged, thin guy with a big hog.
Damn, he's got a fucking wagon on that train too. Shit. Bo Duke's a total package.
He is. He's amazing.
A real boss hog.
Balls hog.
Cody said the real boss hog.
Oh.
Yeah. Them Duke boys were actually
Them Duke
wieners.
boys.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my
so-
God! Wait a minute.
Wait.
He had a fucking music album called "Take the Long Way Home."
Oh, dude's a yeah, he's
and it was about his dick.
a musician.
Take the long way home. Holy shit! We gotta fucking.
Take the long way home. It'd be like someone taking his dick for a walk. Take the long way.
Is that a second belly button, Jeremy? Or are you just excited to see me? God damn it, that's so true. I should probably try to lose weight again. At least get an Audi.
The country.
Oh, of course. What else would it be?
Well, I don't know. It's from the. I fucking Bruce Willis did a pop out.
Yeah. Rob Schneider was
Take the
or
long
not
way
Rob
home.
Schneider, John Schneider.
Let's investigate that.
We do not own the rights to this music. that
Make
we
sure
are
you
playing
check
in our
out
show.
John Schneider's new 1984 album, "Take the Long Way Home," available on all your streaming
It's about
platforms.
his cock.
Take the long way home.
Take the long way home.
My hero.
Okay, so we got some more stuff here. What it was? What it was? These are He-Man toys. This is some new 4-pack that they just announced the other day. It's there's a pre-order going for $70, which is pretty good price for Origins figures, because normally they're about 20 a piece. This is the Battle of Eternia multi-pack.
Seems icky to me.
Inky?
Icky.
Oh, I thought you said inky. I think I was supposed to take the names of all those characters, but I didn't. So we're gonna name them right now. We have Man-at-Arms guy with white outfit.
So guy at arms.
Guy at Arms, similar to Revelation when he looked like Man of War. Man of War, I mean. So there you go. We also have
Man of War's a metal band, isn't it?
Man o' War, yeah, and they're all basically naked on their album covers with super glistening muscles.
Really?
Yeah, check that
I'm
out.
gonna Google that shit.
Since we're very into dudes packages today. This is
we're just talking. We're always in a dude's packages.
this is not Skeletor with his Skeletor head.
It's more Demo Man.
More Demo Man.
But
The sword
kinda,
might even kind of
yeah.
be similar to the CGI show. I could be
Maybe.
completely wrong.
I don't know.
It's basically got that red Beast Man armor, but it's purple and yeah.
Damn, Man of War.
Yeah, that's right. This
Or
is
like Man of Whore.
This is not Hordak.
This is Hordak guy, but not Hordak.
Hordak guy, but not Hordak. Yeah, and not.
Is it because
Horde
we're
Trooper?
we're PC? Is it sex worker deck?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Hordak. And this is
Too many Headman.
Too many Headman. It's a snake guy.
Dragon Snake, a zombie.
It looks like they smashed Slamurai with a snake guy.
Slamurai. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah.
Fuck.
I'm
gonna go get a V8.
So there's like that Viper dude that they've been showing who's like kind of like important in the books or something or I don't fucking know. I'm so bad, even though I'm a huge Motu fan. And so the head on the left is basically that guy. So they're thinking he's eventually coming. But I mean, sometimes I sing the praises of their Snake Man, and other times I don't so much. And they're using modulock parts like for the neck there, so it can be two-headed. And like that big snake head just doesn't. It just looks like a puppet sitting on there.
Yeah, like
So-
it looks like because the snake head's mouth is open.
Yeah,
It looks like he's talking for the puppet. Hi, my name is the snake guy.
right, yeah. Oh, hey guys, check me out. He's got like hey, check me out, everybody. And he's got the fucking snake arm. I don't know, quite an interesting choice. I don't know where the fuck they came up with this, but Too Sad is his name. Too Sad. So there you go. I sent you that one. It's got the black background. That's for Muskecon.
Muskecon.
Then I did one that was with the white
Ba-da,
background.
ba-da,
There's if you need
ba-da,
some Muskecon
ba-da.
information there, folks.
Is anybody
That's
else terrified about falling down the stairs because of Steve?
yes. I never ever was scared about
Never
falling
once.
down the stairs until Steve
Steve
did
did
it
it.
himself.
Yep.
So
I took the ride. I went all the way to the bottom, and I survived.
Please don't stop.
So this is the end of my toy news. Ben Cooper costume series. They keep putting out some shit, and it's pretty awesome. Laura's actually been collecting a lot of these. The detail and shit like that is really good with these. I thought this was super fun because they got the Fly, which is in the back left. They got Jaws in the middle. On the right is Tarman from the Return of the Living Dead. We have in the front left is the Planet of the Apes dude, and then Godzilla. And these are just getting really fun. Especially since Tarman there comes with brains. He's got a fucking brain box or a bucket. The Fly has, it looks like both a lantern and that thing that turned him into the Fly.
Oh yeah, it does look like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just have the bag for Godzilla, the trick or treat bag.
I want to watch The Fly. Is Jeff Goldblum? Is
Yeah.
he like acting like Jeff Goldblum at that point? Like, you know how some people are just
Jeff Goldblum is always Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah,
You
he's
know what I'm
always
saying?
yeah.
because like I feel like what's his name?
Even in the apartment commercials.
Cowbell guy.
Will Ferrell,
No, the producer.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Yes.
I feel like Christopher Walken has become more Christopher Walken as he gets older. Like if you see him like in an old show, he's not as much like the Deer Hunter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie. He's young. He's not as much Christopher Walken as he is becoming Christopher Walken. And I'm wondering if Jeff Goldblum kind of did the same thing.
My favorite.
I think he was probably a little more tame. He was like Jeff Goldblum light, but now he's like full.
I think
fully
my favorite
embraced it.
scene in Deer Hunter is where the woman gets banged by the neighbor.
I have
in
never
Jarhead.
seen the Deer Hunter.
I think it's a Jarhead with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
They're in the military, and the guy's wife sends him the Deer Hunter, the video,
Yeah.
and they're all watching the movie together, and then all of a sudden it cuts to a scene of that dude's wife getting railed by the neighbor guy.
Oh,
So,
that's what you're talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
That's pretty hot.
so these are sweet. Little things like to notice, like in that picture right before that. Like, I mean, you didn't know that was a girl from the front, but then she got like a really long ponytail and shit.
You've
So
got
that's
a
always
really
kinda
long
fun.
ponytail.
It's always kind of fun
Yeah, how do you know that's a girl? That could be like little Jason Mewes or something.
because she says she's a girl.
Who said?
Where?
I just assume.
You don't know what her pronouns are. Knock it off.
Is girl a pronoun?
No, I just love how you assume. You're like, oh, it's got a ponytail. It's a woman.
Fuck!
You have
I'm
a
not woke at all.
You have a scrunchie on your wrist, so you don't get to do that.
So anyway, get those.
Wait a minute. Girl's not a pronoun?
No, she is. She and her are.
Oh,
girl's
this
not.
is so confused. I wish I would have paid attention.
Girls. Girl's a noun.
Okay.
Oh, Carver Custom says Jeremy just sent you a couple pics of the bot arm on Facebook. Apparently, he's up from his sex coma that he got put into by Stacy. Welcome to the world, Brian.
Yes, indeed.
Do we have any toy drama?
Oh, so okay, I got just a little tiny bit.
Oh, did you know that people are upset about the shipping prices for the dragon?
Oh, fuck. I assume they are.
Dude, we're really like when I order mine, we're doing local pickup, right?
I want to.
I mean, but I mean that's a commitment when we actually do the local pickup. But
I think we should. I really do. And honestly, everybody's like, I'm like, you know what? It's gonna come in, and Gerard will just throw them in his basement for us. We'll just pick them up at Legion's Con or whatever. Not a big deal, because we're not these normie people that have to deal with like actual rules and shit. We're above the law.
Yeah, we make our own rules.
Right. Like for instance, hey, don't ask to come for a studio of the tour. Jesus Christ. Don't ask for a stud of my Tourio when you get here. I'm like, we fucking live there. We have an office there. Come on. Whatever.
an office there.
There's a chair there that people don't sit. Like, hey, don't sit in this piece chair. What if he shows up for lunch today? We'll sit in this chair.
So, Before I get into the toy drama, just real quick, I wanted to say that the Commander Tomorrow Kickstarter ended, and he blew through the fucking amount that he needed to get it funded. He almost hit like $10,000, I think, in that bitch. So she getting made. So I'm pretty proud of old unemployed Skeletor Kevin Kahn.
Nice.
Wonderful job. Is this something you want to talk about there, Cody?
No, just looking up.
We can.
We already discussed that, didn't we?
What?
The HasLab.
Yeah.
Is that the one we called Scoots about?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't here. But we do have a little bit, just tiny bit of drama. It's not much and not many responses. But this was from the Defenders of Eden, Armies of Ashmore.
The armies of Ashmore.
So we have this guy, and his name is Tyso Spencer. He's a super backer, by the way. He says, I know this is probably said a lot, but reading the latest update and then finding out I still have to pay for shipping after all this time is a real sour treat to swallow.
How much time could you pay for shipping? Like what time?
They let you know. We're getting there.
He says after all this time. So like at what time do you pay for shit? Is it okay?
Well,
to pay for
this
shipping?
is him finding out.
Oh,
Finding out I still have to pay for shipping after all this time
Okay.
is a real sour treat to swallow. Campaigns need to stop doing this surprise years after the funding.
Okay, so here's the thing. If the campaigns need to stop doing this surprise, you weren't surprised because you already know it's been done. So which way do you want it, Tyson Foods?
Matt Rodriguez responds and
Of
says,
course he does, because he's a good shit.
we were very clear about this at the time of the Kickstarter launch and throughout the campaign.
Throughout the campaign.
Julian, I assume, or Julian Martinez comes in and says, and this was in response
You
to
like
Matt.
You even like that name, Julian? I'll call you Frankenstein.
He didn't respond to Matt, but he responded to Tiso, and he said, facts. Waited this long? I still got play peek and boo with shipping price. Ain't no way one figure gonna cost more than $10 to ship. I keep asking how much, still nothing. Backers should get the figs first, not locals. BS. And Matthew says,
were you there unloading the fucking truck?
Did you realize that the locals who got it first were all backers?
Matthew's response was, the locals that are getting their figure are backers.
Oh, okay.
Except me, because I only backed for $1, which Rachel.
But you didn't get shit yet. So
no, I didn't. I got a sore back from unloading boxes.
Jeremy DeWitt comes in and says, we were all told when he launched the campaign that we would have our shipping calculated at the end. Julian.
I want to say before we go on,
yes,
Matt, as a friend, most of the time I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
he starts his sentences in the middle.
He is the worst communicator.
Yeah.
You can ask that guy a yes or no question and get no answer. You're more confused and you have more questions to ask him after he answers your yes and no question.
Yeah.
But this was pretty upfront that shipping was going to be figured later. I mean, that was
both of these guys claim that is not the case. Yeah. So
it's okay to be. That's what's great about social media is there's nothing to stop you from being wrong publicly.
Well, and that's just it. This is in the Kickstarter that they're commenting, which still has all the information there.
Please tell me somebody screenshotted it. Screenshot? Is it screenshotted or screenshot?
Yes.
I have a screenshot. I screenshot the picture.
Yeah, you screenshot it. You don't say I shotted that guy.
I shot him in the face.
If I was going to think about it really, intensely, I'd say I have a shot of the screen.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, there you go.
Boom. So when I said we're all told when he launched the campaign that we would have our shipping calculated at the end, Julian comes back and says, nope, that never happened at Jeremy DeWitt. And I came back and said, go back to April 26, 2023 and read the post entitled Shipping. And then I did this screenshot. Well, it would have been a screenshot, but you can't send a screenshot. So I had to, who are you calling?
We're going to get to the bottom of this right now.
Did you call Matt?
Goddamn right I'm calling Matt.
He ain't going to answer.
And I said, this is from the launch of the campaign. So I'd say that you're wrong. We have many fans around the world who are interested in Defenders of Eden action figures. This makes it difficult to calculate shipping costs using Kickstarter. Shipping will not be charged in your reward pledge. Shipping will be a separate charge after the Kickstarter's been completed and the surveys have been completed. Again, there will be 2 charges when you back our campaign. The first will be for the figures, which is usually about a month after the Kickstarter ends.
Oh, hold on.
And there's
Hey, buddy.
not much more.
Are you guys live still?
Yeah, we're live on the show. So I got a question for you. What is this bullshit about? I've already pledged my $1. Now I have to pay shipping on top of it after it ends, on top of the $1 I've already spent?
My wife's looking at the backers, and she's like, we're just like trying to think, oh, well, whose orders could we pull? And like, oh, well, there's some local people. Let's just set some local people's aside. And she's like, I'll pull Pete's. I'll type in his name and see what we got to pull. And then she looks at it, and she looks up at me with this blank face.
She totally called me out, too. I was like, in my defense, Matthew knows that it's all I did. But yeah. So, no, you're, unfortunately, you were the topic of drama today. Not you, but your campaign with some of those guys giving you shit. And we just wanted to let you know that we got your back. That's why we called. So.
No, well, I appreciate it. And I know some of those people, I get where they're coming from. But then again, and it's proofs in the pudding, and I think Jeremy probably brought it up, is that it really does go to show you that some of the drama is 100% intentionally, like, put out there by those kind of guys where, you know, they're just kind of trying to stir the pot, and it's not even in a fun way like you guys do. It's not even in a humorous or kind of a thought-provoking way. It's just in a, I just want to be a jerk in this moment way. And I'm just personally, I'm not in the mood for that right now, in the middle of what I'm trying to accomplish, which is to get everybody their toys. So,
hey, I stood up for you, homie.
I appreciate you.
Let me ask you this. So when I came down to unload with you, it was kind of a surreal moment because this has been, 10 years plus in the making and kind of a dream come true. Now that you've sat on it, now that people are actually getting their toys in hand, like, how are you feeling now that it's kind of set in? Like, you're a toy creator and like a popular toy creator and like somebody who fortunately, when all is said and done, actually made a little bit of a living off of being a toy creator and your creativity coming to life. How is that feeling now that you're kind of a little bit more removed from that truck showing up?
Well, it's definitely surreal in the sense of, I don't know if Jeremy and Steve probably touched on this already, but, obviously they avoided the truck delivery, and they just came down to like look at stuff the next day.
Yeah, we did.
Or
we
2
did it
days
smart.
later.
We counted.
We were sitting there and we were pulling orders and like doing, and we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden we like have this like surreal moment that the 3 of us might as well have been 10 years old in our parents' basement with all the toys laid out. And we're like, okay, well, who's going to buy these G.I. Joes? Oh, I have an order of He-Man coming in. And we were like literally playing.
We were playing store.
That's awesome.
And we were playing store, and it was so the balance of it being funny, but yet like just so gratifying that like, no, like this is real. Like this is something that we kind of, and everybody in the family and in the Defenders of Eden family that bought stuff, like we decided to make this real. So it was pretty goofy and surreal as we're just laughing at each other. Like, this is hilarious that we get to be a part of this journey and that like we made toys. So it's just a cool feeling. That's
awesome, man. Well, hey, again, we're proud of you, man. And we're super stoked that you brought it to life. Cannot wait to see you this week at Mosqcon. Is there, obviously you've got a lot going on. Is there the possibility that people will be able to purchase figures at Mosqcon or no?
I don't want to do it.
Okay.
Just because, again, I've been in that situation and I've criticized that situation before. So I know the anticipation of me just being like, you know what, I could make a few bucks. But because I have been in that situation and criticized that situation, I feel like it would be a disservice to the backers and myself to be like, you know what, I'm going to flip the script. I'm going to go back on how I treated those other toy creators, and I'm going to start selling them here.
What if
What I will say is that there will be 2 days beforehand and 1 day after your show that I will have hours, and I'll start posting those online where like my shop will be open to pick up stuff. I unfortunately I cannot bring. I mean, it's awesome, but I mean, when you've got, you know, over 50 people saying, "Hey, I want to pick up my 5 to 10 figures or even more at your show," I don't have the capacity to even bring, you know, that type of
might be able
volume
to help?
by myself. So we're going to have some stuff there to share and play with and show and different things like that set up at the table. And I can't wait to, you know, hug everybody and stuff. But it just, as far as that goes, it's kind of a tricky situation I'm in the middle of. Like, I'm going over there today to, like, you know, put together boxes to ship out. And I just want to do right by the backers because they're the ones that essentially made this all happen. So
No, that's awesome. But that just goes to show too the type of guy that you are. And so do you anticipate being in a position to where at Tulip City, your own show coming up, that you'll be able to do that, or do you not think you'll be ready?
That is the best case scenario, is that I get over the next 4.5 weeks, I get everything out by Tulip City, and then I'm able to sell you know, waves at my own table there.
That's awesome.
That's best case scenario. So yeah.
Well, hey, congrats again, brother, man. We're happy for
Thank
you.
you,
And
man.
like I said, we'll see you this weekend.
Yep, sounds good, bud.
See you. Bye. It's a good dude, that Matt Rodriguez.
that Matt?
Just don't ask him a yes or no question.
No. Because you'll get a maybe.
So, thanks, UBS guy.
Send me that robot arm.
Thank
I can
you,
do that, too.
UPS guy. Thanks to the UPS guy, or
Robot
the FedEx
guy.
guy, or the Amazon guy. Thanks to the guy or gal that drops off packages in my driveway.
You know, if we were nice, we could probably go and pick up some of those figures for Matt and bring them for these people. But
We absolutely could. Fuck it.
yeah, fuck them.
So, yeah.
I sent Cody the
Carver
pictures
Customs?
for the Carver Customs.
So now Dusty, Bang Studios is in the chat. And is there going to be anything in the world of coloring that is going to be just for Muskecon, Dusty?
Or at least unveiling.
Yeah, or are we going to reveal anything?
Yeah,
so this is Carver Customs. Brian Lynn. At the end of the day, you know, we say friend of the show a lot, or I do. Brian's just a friend. He's a friend of the show. Brian's our friend. Brian's just a good guy. Him and his wife Stacy. Carver Customs, the Charbot. This is an attachment arm that you can do exclusively be able to get it at Muskecon. It is themed kind of like a firefighter, which is super cool because this ties my nerd world to my real world, and so super cool. We're super proud. Not only are we super proud to have Carver Customs be a part of Muskecon, but we're super proud that he was willing to do this for us and make it a Muskecon thing. So thanks to you, Brian, for kicking ass and taking names, man.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, very cool. Love it.
Rumor has it, my Charbots that I bought at Legion's Con that were painted by the amazing David Williams are going to be making an appearance at Muskecon for me. So
That would be pretty titty.
yeah. So
Cool.
Heroes of Muskecon Muskegon coloring book. 1/6 shooter says.
Oh shit.
It's just 9 pages of Steve sitting in his office looking at budget documents that you can color. Unfortunately, you don't need any colors for this spreadsheet. It's just black and white. So
All right. Some toys here.
thanks, UPS guy. What do you got? You want to go first, Jay?
I can do that.
Go ahead.
So first off, I want you guys to know that I live up to the junk man, and I'm as in so much as I will also collect dog toys.
Junkyard Jeremy, junk in his trunk.
To be fair,
Junkyard Jeremy gets the junk.
this is to help out my buddy Steve as well, since he's really into dogs. You know, I can go and
now he's hard.
Yeah, now he's got somebody. So this is I don't know why, but for some reason my pet monster is also a crinkly fucking dog toy. This is new. So,
Junkyard Jeremy buys the junk. Junkyard Jeremy smells like a skunk.
So anyway, yeah. There you go. I love my pet monster.
But at least it's a brand new.
Yeah, it's
dog
based
toy.
on the old cartoon and stuff.
It's
yeah.
not a used dog toy that you got at a yard
No,
sale.
no, this is I just pulled the tag off while we were here. So also
Wow.
I had Scott Baker hook me up with some stuff. I did get the final hairball mad ball that I needed. This is Hornhead.
Pornhead?
No, Hornhead.
Hornhead.
Yes.
Okay.
Also a dog toy.
Also a dog toy. It could be. So I want to take this one out because this beard is luscious. It's very beardy. And you know, me usually with a big fat beard, except when I'm job hunting. I envy that. And feel it. It's soft. Yeah.
It is very soft. Even the part that looks hard plastic is
Yeah.
squishy.
It's all squishy and soft.
So it is.
Go ahead. Treat yourself, King.
Wow, it's super soft.
So, you know, guys, mad balls.
Excuse me.
Get yourself some hairballs.
Wow.
I have water.
He's what an athlete. I'm glad you collect mad balls.
Listen, I only collect dog toys. I am not a dog, so I can't catch.
Yeah, because that's the criteria to be able to catch a ball is to be a dog.
They're pretty good at it. They're a lot better than I am at it. So, excuse me. Let me just put this guy away and show you some more stuff that Scott Baker hooked me up with. Because
Scott Baker's good, people.
yeah. So we got the He-Man and Vecna 2-pack for Stranger Things Masters of the Universe crossover.
Two things that never should have went together. They have nothing to do with each other.
I'm sure they do. They're
I'm still waiting for the
Netflix
He-Man,
stuff.
the Masters of the Universe Golden Girls crossover.
Might as well.
bro, I'm in.
Might as well.
I gotta say, this may be the best Origins He-Man that they've done.
Of course, you would say
Paint-wise.
that about every fucking
Really?
one you've
Yes.
ever seen.
You get him on the little spindle thing.
Looks
He's-
very muted.
It's muted. It looks almost like it was airbrushed. Like, who's that guy that does the airbrushing that you bought stuff from?
Matt Walford.
Matt Walford, yeah. It kind of has that vibe. It's a bit muted, but like the belt and the wrist bracers and shit are like shiny, and so is his chest harness.
Yeah, I agree. It is a good one.
It's even, and they painted the eyes white underneath, which they normally don't do, and it looks okay. There's other versions where it looks like he's like looking up because of that, and of course he's got the Hellfire Club thing on his shield. So
Can I see his
absolutely.
head
Check it out,
sculpt?
buddy.
'Cause-
There you go.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty good.
That's how I collect things based on them not being bad. So
It's not bad.
okay, good enough for the girls I go with. You know what I mean?
Also, of course, the other half of that 2-pack is Vecna himself. And well, that's just fucking fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at old Vecky.
Old Vecky looking pretty.
You know what? When it
funky.
comes to weaponry, I'm always been the most scared of a flaming grandfather clock on a stick. Like that's the one that it's not guns, it's not swords, it's the flaming grandfather clock that just keeps me up at night.
You know, getting hit with a flaming grandfather clock would hurt, though.
So this is Vecna, but what is it crossed with? Or is it just not? Is it just mass?
Crabman.
What
His
is it?
chest.
No, it's just
Crossed with
Vecna.
crab
It's just Vecna.
Yeah,
okay.
if he was in the Masters of the Universe world, that's what
Okay.
Vecna would look like.
Weird.
Just the underwear.
Basically they just threw underwear on Vecna and called it good. Well, I think the chest harness thing probably is new as well, but yeah, I don't know. It's a fun 2-pack if you ask me. And I know you guys didn't, but I'm telling you anyway. So these guys make sweet, sweet love. There you go. Aw. It's cute. Aw. All right, moving on. Next, Can I?
Yeah.
Or are you?
I think it'll stand. I was trying to
Okay.
get you.
This is old Triclops. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Triclops from Masterverse New Eternia. So it's a mix of vintage plus that mini comic with the sash and just some fun stuff they decided to do all by themselves.
It is a Christmas crossover. Look at my Christmas light strand.
They look like jelly
That's real
beans.
nice, Clark. Real nice.
He does come with two different visors. This one, like Steve pointed out earlier, is kind of reptilian, kind of scaly, whereas this one is
Like
not
a cock
focusing,
ring.
but more I don't know, techy, I guess.
That would never fit on my cock. It'd fall right off.
yeah, definitely. Yep, those are words. So Steve made him look cool, posed him in some good position there.
You know, they never really use Triclops for the obvious thing. It's always that his eyes have like laser blasts and all this, you know.
They never use him for his swords, right?
No, they never use him. So the fact that he can see 360.
Oh,
So like that's how I would use him. He would be a swordsman that was really hard to beat because he could see everybody coming in at every angle. He could take like six
I
guys
have
at once.
never once thought that he could see out of all three at the same time.
Me
until
neither.
Right now,
Me neither, but he should be able to. That would be the coolest thing.
Mind blown.
bro.
A Mythic
Potu
Legion,
cannon.
a Mythic Legion just fell over.
Yep.
Because it was like, oh, that was obvious. He just fell over.
Just fell. Next episode of Potu is gonna have Potu cannon Triclops.
That's why I asked about that. I'm like, you know, I remember when I first started building my Masters of the Universe diorama back in the early days of collecting classics. That's how I posed him. Was I had like 6 because I bought a bunch of the Eternian Palace guards,
Mhm.
and I had him taking on like 6 of them at once because I was like, it'd be awesome if he could like seize every angle.
Yeah,
So he's fighting on badass.
it's pretty smart.
They never use him like that.
Where did you drudge up that Tulip City shirt from 8 years ago?
My drawer, man, it's a mainstay, and the more faded and shitty it gets, the more I like it.
You can just kind of see the
Yeah.
flower.
Still kind of read the back.
Yeah, you can read the back. It says Ulip sit.
Yeah,
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Ulip sit. So there you go. I got him at Lang's for only $15. So Lang's is pretty stocked full of toys right now. So
nice.
lots of old school stuff. And then I also from Scott Baker, although I did find it at Target, so there is another one at Target right now. But I got the sketch series of Grizzlor and Hordak.
It totally looks sketch.
Their concept ideas brought to life instead of giving me drag store. But hey, what you gonna do?
Buy them.
Yep, I'm gonna buy them. Is what I'm gonna do. If they didn't look cool,
So
wouldn't.
Grizzlor originally had big old walrus tusks.
I guess.
I think I have seen artwork that displays that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the Terror Claw hands, but maybe.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
metal boots.
Yeah, those are at least good looking, I'd say. I mean, as far as like toys, they're pretty cool. Some of the other stuff looks.
That looks like a He-Man Predator crossover.
Yeah,
See that? Kind of.
the Hordak leaves something to be desired. But,
I'd say a lot of somethings. But yeah, the Grizzlor's fun.
Yeah. Even though his underwear is the same exact color as the rest of him, so maybe it's not even underwear.
No, that's just his pubes.
It's just his giant pubes.
We caught Grizzlor after No Shave November.
So it was a very Masters of the Universe centric week for me. So,
Jeez, at least
and
I
that,
mixed it up.
my friends, is all that I have brought.
What you got, Steve-O?
Well, first off, I have to start with some G.I. Joe, and I have to start with this ridiculous character that I never owned as a child. But the classified version of it is actually pretty freaking cool. And Jeremy might have to hold this in front of the camera because I don't have him in a standing pose, but it's more of a flying. This is Raptor, and Raptor was ridiculous as a child. It was had these like soft good wings on him, and he's like a guy dressed up in a bird costume. He looked like he should have been a mascot in front of a.
He looks like the vulture.
Yeah, this version is more taken on like the vulture. And I think that was a good idea because this version is actually kind of neat. Chris Kelly sent me this. He had ended up with an extra, and I was like, "Hey, you want this extra?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got to get something for doing a podcast every weekend." So he sent it to me in the mail, and it was in very, very, very good upgrade by Classified. I say bravo.
Wonderful. Looks pretty cool.
Pretty articulated little backpack. I mean, it does totally reminds me of Tim from Holland's Vulcan or Falcon.
Vulture?
From Vulcan. Live long and prosper. What the hell?
The Tim from Holland's Vulcan.
Yeah. So I've been having some fun with my I mentioned I've been having some fun with my Legendary Barbarian. So I just wanted to show this cape I put on him. And then I'm going to show you some heads. This is kind of a little bit of what I've been a little bit working on for Muskecon. That cape that is on him is from the Mosqu. There's a Mosqu pack that had one of my dog hairs on it or something. But anyways, they did
Why
a
are you
pack.
taking your pants off?
They're hurting my stomach.
They did like a booster pack
What about your dog?
for the Mosqu Conan stuff. It came with a couple heads and some soft goods that you could kind of doctor up your Conan and stuff. And I snabbed this cloak on it, which I think is friggin' awesome. But again, you're gonna have to hand it back to me for a second, Jeremy, because I'm gonna do a little head swap here. Some of the stuff I'll gonna try to bring out. I'm not gonna have a giant selection at Mosqecon, but I do. I'm gonna try to offer some stuff for you guys. The Barbarian is going to be there for sale, so if you want to buy more than one, which you should, because you want a little bit of a different character, I'm doing some paint matching to the Barbarian, so you have some options. So here we can get more of this is a Wolf King head. It's a more classic looking Conan there, but it's just something that could be kind of fun. I'm going to have a few stuff offered like this, and if you want it to just have another guy backing up your Conan, you can swap it to a different type of head that I'm going to have here, which is actually one I sculpted. You can just pull that off and put it on that Conan if you want. It's nothing sticking it really. It should come off. Yeah,
look at that. Pops right off. Pops right on.
And you've got
In time for the rotation.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Come on in.
Same head. But also, you're going to have you got those knights out there, right? Everybody had those, the armory knights and then everything else. And sometimes to make those knights look cool, it's kind of always good to have some good painted heads. So there's another version of that same head you could buy to have on your knight. This is our Steve Obig head. We're calling this the Steve Obig. Sculpted by me.
It looks like Steve Obig.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll have a little bit for every. This is more of a toyetic.
I have no idea. Do we even have another chair in here?
We did fold it up usually, but this is
I feel like they were all stolen.
Why is there not 4 chairs here? What did they do with Travis's chair?
It's like I'm taking my chair.
I have no idea.
Travis brought his chair with him.
Travis brought his chair to Indiana.
Cody's in Travis's chair.
Steve, look in there.
Oh my gosh, I'm talking about my toys. I gotta go look for chairs now?
What's this other head? We'll wait. We'll focus on Steve Obeg here. I mean, Steve Obeg. Look at that. Look at him, all grumpy. Steve-O ain't grumpy, though. That looks pretty good. Steve-O. And Steve gave me this other head. And I'm just going to pop it on here. I assume that's what he probably would want me to do.
That's basically You know, there's different kind of types of painting. You can do a very toyetic kind of factory look, which is the first one. This one I gave it a little bit more of a realism. You can see the 5 o'clock shadow. You can see where he shaves his head. Just a little bit more look, but same head.
Oh, look at that! You did do that. It does look like he's, like he's just balding.
Male pattern baldness.
This one, he could have had a full head of hair, but he just shaved it down.
Yeah.
This one, you can see where he's balding.
Yeah, and he said, "Screw it! I look ridiculous, so I'm just going to shave it."
Yeah.
Let's grow back in. So just be playing around. I'll have some more stuff like this there for everybody to check out.
And
Steve O'Beg says, "Wait, what? I take it he didn't know about this?"
No, he doesn't know about this.
The only thing cooler than that Steve O'Beg head is that Steve O'Beg guitar. Am I right?
Oh, I know. I would love to play that.
So
I want to just run my fingers on that and make all sorts of noise.
this is actually a God's Fire character. It actually has a bio, and we really did name him Steve O'Beg.
What's the price on the heads?
I usually do 40 for painted stuff.
40 for painted stuff, Chris Johnson.
Steve O'Beg, just begging number Steve and doing my thing, yeah.
Begging for my Steve-O.
Steve O'Beg and begging Steve.
You look at Steve and you're like, that's the kind of guy that would beg for sex. So,
Steve O'Beg.
Yeah.
Beg for it, Steve-O.
Hell yeah, Steve. Oh,
he's another one
And Steve?
of those guys that just all of a sudden shows up one day, and now like I can't wait to see him, and it's big hugs every single time I see him. Like he just
So
the
funny part is I sculpted that head with no
chops,
no intention
Oh,
to be Steve O'Beg.
so you're just dreaming about Steve O'Beg.
Maybe. And then I send it to Len, and Len sees it, and he goes, "It's Steve-O." And we go, "Yep, it is." So now it is.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, Steve-O. Got a Wolf King head sculpted by our own Stephen Bigiera. According to Siri, at least. That's what she says.
Because Steve-O should probably have his own head. Just come to my table, and if you wanted a painted head, it's $40.
So if you want to get head from Steve-O for $40, no, wait, that came out wrong. Or did it?
I might go beg a couple times a month.
All right. That's all I got, guys.
Begging this morning until I got a
That's
phone
it?
call.
Yep.
all right. Well,
I, unlike Jeremy, didn't just get the same thing that I always get. I brought new Glyos. So
which is arguably the same thing you always get, just in different colors.
that was the joke. Fucking grow up.
I know, but the people that didn't understand.
So I got my Kepi Space order. So Kepi Space do the Bryn Lords and the Mischievers. So here's what I want to do. I'm gonna hand Jeremy all 5 of the Bryn Lords that I got. Different colorways. So all of these figures I put together differently. These are all built with just the parts that come with them. Nothing, no added extras, no nothing. So that's the vampire.
Yep. The first one looks like a Nintendo character.
Yes, it. Oh, this is like a funky chicken, dude.
Yeah.
This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, that's all just with the pieces that come with the figure. There was no add-ons.
Were these a new drop?
This was a new drop. Yep.
How did I miss this?
So in this one, my thumbs gave out on me for. But how cool is that? Making a big old neck. So and then I got the 2 Mischievers as well. And these come. So this is a snake head that also comes with a turtle head and a shell. But this one I did the piranha with the cool fin.
Oh, he's vicious looking.
Yeah,
All right.
And then so there was also some weapons packs that came in the colorways. I grabbed those too because hell, why not? But yeah, they're all just kind of bagged up, but they're very cool. You can give them different accessories and what have you. So I brought some Glyos figures that I think Cody is going to absolutely love.
Oh,
and I don't necessarily mean he's going to love like he's going to run out and buy them, but at least he will give a shit. I think he'll give a shit about these Glyos. And I've got them in my little my lunchbox here. Fuck you, Jeremy.
Fuck me indeed.
So this is from a set. These are Glyos compatible Fallout power armors.
No way.
Hell yes. So I got a T51, a T45, and a T60. So
This just goes to show how different these Glyos thingies can get.
Yep.
God, this
These
one's fucking chicken thing.
Isn't that cool?
That's so awesome.
So T60 power armor.
Why didn't the Glyos groups tell me about that one?
And then this is the 51.
Somehow Glyos are freaking sick.
We'll see, there's something for everybody.
They have all got a weapon. One's carrying an assault rifle. This one's carrying a missile launcher. But then also, Cody, Lone Wanderer, female Lone Wanderer.
How are those Glyos?
And Nick Valentine, who's got a fat man and a laser pistol. So, and from that seller, I got those off of eBay, ended up kind of being in the same Glyos circles. So he threw in a couple of freebies. This kick-ass Mighty Maniacs, which I don't have.
Which might as well be a Hulkbuster.
Right? And an awesome, one of my favorite sculpts, Geodrax's sculpt, but with the sword in a head that I've never seen before.
I've
in
never
a very
seen that
cool
head either.
in a very cool colorway. Almost like a speckled. So yeah, man, it was a good day in the world of Glyos.
My lord.
But yeah, all of those Bryn Lords, man, like I said, they're all different, but they're all with just what comes with those figures. So that missile launcher doesn't scale real well, if I'm only being honest. But so yeah, that's what I got.
The T60 is the one that's in the show, right?
No.
Oh.
Nope. I think they're the earlier versions. It's either the 45 or the 51 that's in the show. The 60's got a much different helmet. They used a very traditional helmet in the show, so it's either going to be the 45 or the 51.
I have a traditional helmet.
So.
I have.
But yeah, they did a great job in the show with the power armor. I didn't know how if they were going to pull that off, but they did. So,
second season dropped, right?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
No.
Some fun stuff,
in
man.
fact, it might be like still a significant amount of time away.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like they might have just started filming.
Yeah.
I thought they wrapped it up already.
I feel like they might have just wrapped it up already.
I'll look it up.
I have no idea. The articulation on these fucking
Early
squiddy type
to mid
arms.
2026.
It is the T60 in the show.
It is the T60?
Yeah.
Let me see.
This is fucking ridiculous.
I thought when they said that at one point.
Somebody send me a link for the fucking chicken guy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then that's 50. The one that I was calling the 60 is actually the XO1. That's my fault.
All right.
Mike, if you look at this one with the sunken in helmet, I was thinking that was the T60. That's actually the XO1.
I have a sunken in helmet.
After this one?
Yep. Yep.
I have inverted
that's my
nipples.
fault. But yeah, man, they're super cool. I was super pumped
Actually, I don't.
that I was able to find them and get my hands on them. So yeah, that's what I got for thanks, UPS guy.
Yay!
All right.
Very cool.
We need to talk about anything we're watching. I don't really have anything new.
I'm hoping to get some Daredevil in today with Master P. He's done with wrestling now, so that's been part of it. It's literally practice and then home for dinner, and then he's freaking in bed. So
I'm caught up on Daredevil.
I'm only one episode in on that so far.
Okay.
Which was very good, by the way.
I am caught up on Invincible, which is phenomenal.
Well, so
let me say,
because you mentioned that, I had some time the other day. I went. I had not started season 2, so
Okay.
I started season 2, and I got 6 or 7 episodes into season 2, and I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
So that because I was out of shows that I could watch by myself,
Mhm.
and I was like, shit, Jeremy just talked about Invincible, and I totally forgotten. I'm that far behind, but yeah, I'm enjoying that.
yeah, it's fuck, man. It's so gory at times. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe they fucking did that. So yeah, it's pretty damn good. I don't know if there's anything else that I've been getting caught up on. Laura started watching that White Lotus show.
Amanda and I started.
I caught a
that
little
too.
bit of that. That's kind of interesting. It's a little fun. some good actors in there. Anything else?
Rad BMX plus documentary, March 20th.
There you go.
Cinema Carousel.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be there. I might be alone, but because my family doesn't care about that shit. So, but I do. And I want to see Crew Jones on the big screen.
There you go.
So,
Okay. He acts like Crew Jones is like this big star. What did he do anything after Rad?
yeah, a documentary about making Rad.
30 years later.
Bill Allen's his name.
All right.
He did. There was some stuff that he did, but I mean, not like you wouldn't say like he made it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now Lori Lofton was very successful in her court case. So
Hey, Full House is in between.
yeah, I'd get in between Lori Lofton even today.
I thought she was so hot.
She's still hot. What do you mean she was? She still is.
Well, I thought she was still
Was that
so hot.
Jesse's wife?
Yeah.
Lori Lo-
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Have
Rebecca
mercy.
Donaldson.
Yeah.
Rebecca Donaldson.
Have mercy.
All right, everybody. That's a show.
That's a show. Wrapping up episode 346 of the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast. Glyos. Fuck your junkyards. Fuck your Mythic Legion sculpts. I don't give two shits or a fuck about you guys because I am in love with Glyos. Jeremy DeWitt, Stephen Bisciotti, Cody in the producer booth, Mike Smith showing up with what it smells like an amazing lunch, and I'm really bummed that I didn't get anything because my tummy does not feel well today. But we appreciate him as well. We'll hope to see each and every one of you guys at Muskecon this coming weekend. Mythical Meetup starts at 7 o'clock Friday night before the event. Doors open at 10 a.m. on Saturday, 10 to 5, $10 to get in. Kid 12 and under are free. Brought to you by the amazing Peter McCarthy and Jeremy DeWitt duo. So I brought him in just early enough to be my partner. So if this goes sideways, I can blame him.
I'll take it.
And
Any
until-
attention is good attention.
And until next time, we'll see you guys in the playoffs.